Have you ever witnessed a man so powerful, so untouchable, that even his car becomes a stage for dominance? Picture this. A convoy slowly glides through the streets, and jogging alongside the black limousine are a dozen suited men, moving in perfect lockstep, faces unreadable, movements rehearsed down to the millisecond. This isn't a scene from a spy film. This is everyday reality for North Korea's supreme ruler, Kim Jong-un. His car isn't just a ride, it's a tank in disguise. Kim's vehicle of choice? A customized Mercedes Maybach, valued at nearly $2 million, modified to serve not only as a symbol of opulence but as a mobile stronghold. This machine is wrapped in layers of armor, equipped to endure not just bullets but bomb blasts and even mortar shells. Run-flat tires ensure it keeps moving even when punctured. If luxury had a combat mode, this is what it would look like. But the real spectacle isn't the car, it's the human shield surrounding it. Elite guards trained to react in fractions of a second jog beside the vehicle in flawless unison. They're more than security, they're part of a carefully choreographed power display. Each step they take reinforces a single message: no one touches the leader. This isn't just security, it's theater. And every performance leaves the world watching in awe, confusion, and fear. Yet this bulletproof bubble on wheels is only one piece of Kim's luxury-fortified lifestyle. When he ventures far beyond the capital, especially across foreign borders, the limousine is left behind. Instead, he boards what might be the most mysterious and extravagant train system in existence. A private armored train, outfitted not for comfort alone, but for control. And this train? It's not just a single vehicle. It's a rolling triad of power. The first unit, a reconnaissance train, scans every inch of the track ahead, sweeping for bombs, sabotage, or any hint of danger. Behind it comes the main train, carrying Kim himself along with his closest advisors. And finally, a third unit trails them, packed with guards, logistics teams, and emergency gear. Together, they move like a steel-clad centipede across the landscape. Inside, the decor contrasts starkly with the fearsome exterior. Velvet seating, polished wood, delicate chandeliers, and lavish dining compartments give the illusion of a luxury hotel gliding at 37 miles per hour. But make no mistake, this isn't a pleasure cruise. It's a fortress on rails. And it's strategic to the core. The train travels slowly because of its reinforced weight. Even the wheels are swapped at the Russian border to fit different tracks, a meticulous detail meant to protect the route and ensure a seamless journey. Kim's armored locomotive isn't just about safety. It's about preserving an aura of invincibility. But the train is only one layer of illusion. Kim's entire transportation network is wrapped in a thick fog of deception. Even when he flies, the sky isn't safe from subterfuge. The aircraft Kim uses, primarily a Soviet Air Ilyushin Al-62M, named Kamif-1, is almost always accompanied by decoy jets. These nearly identical aircraft take off and fly in synchronized paths, mimicking Kim's altitude, speed, and direction, to ensure that no enemy radar or satellite can confidently say which plane actually carries the supreme leader. But this aerial ballet doesn't stop once wheels touch down. On the ground, doubles take the performance even further. Men style to match Kim's signature look, black trench coat, slicked back hair, slow, deliberate walk, are trained to mimic his movements down to the slightest nod. They appear at events, ride in convoys, and emerge from buildings, all to spread confusion, to warp perception. In North Korea, even presence is a weapon of psychological warfare. All of this is about more than protection. It's about mythology. It's about making Kim Jong-un feel like a ghost you can never quite find, yet always feel. And while his security web is unmatched, the supreme leader doesn't live like a man in hiding. He lives like royalty. Drifting quietly across the East Sea is a sleek, 95-foot yacht, painted in glossy white, outfitted with sun decks, marble interiors, and enough luxury to rival Mediterranean billionaires. This vessel, believed to be a Princess 95My built in Britain, was purchased in defiance of international sanctions that ban luxury imports into North Korea. Yet there it floats, brazen and untouched, a $7 million defiance against the world's restrictions. Photographed discreetly in the background of state media broadcasts, the yacht is no accident. Nothing in North Korea's visual propaganda ever is. Its inclusion was likely a deliberate move, one meant to signal Kim's affluence, even under crushing sanctions. It's a nod to his global critics: "You can freeze our economy, but not my lifestyle." Used primarily for getaways to his private island retreats, the yacht isn't just for leisure. It's a floating monument to how far Kim is willing to go to maintain luxury while thumbing his nose at international pressure. In this chessboard of global power, every pixel of his image is calculated. But if the sea and the sky are part of his realm, so is the land, especially his network of lavish hideaways. Kim isn't bound to a single palace like many leaders. He has an empire of residences, each one draped in luxury and buried in secrecy. At least 14 opulent estates are scattered throughout the country. Each serves a unique purpose. Some are fortified like military bases. Others are secluded beachfront resorts with private pools and helicopter pads. But all share one trait. They are built to disappear into the landscape, shielded from satellites, intelligence agencies, and even his own inner circle. The Kangdong residence, for example, is a high-security compound near Pyongyang that doubles as a command center. Then there's the Wonsan Coastal Retreat, where Kim is said to enjoy private concerts and beachside banquets. But perhaps the most enigmatic is his Forbidden City, a heavily guarded district within Pyongyang. This sprawling complex includes decoy buildings, underground bunkers, and rapid escape tunnels. Not even Kim's top officials know where he will sleep on a given night. His location is constantly rotated, a strategy designed to keep potential threats guessing and outsiders completely in the dark. What lies above ground is only half the story. The true extent of Kim Jong-un's dominion can't be seen from a satellite. You'd have to dig deep, sometimes literally, to understand just how far the supreme leader is willing to go to secure his rule. Beneath the mountainous terrain of North Korea, behind barbed wire and beyond reach, sprawls a hidden network, one that seems almost mythical in scale. It's not a single bunker or escape route. It's an entire underground nation. Reports suggest that more than 8,000 underground installations stretch across the country. These are not just fallout shelters or storage vaults. They're command centers carved into stone, military barracks hidden from surveillance, and emergency tunnels designed for rapid evacuation. Some of them are even said to withstand nuclear blasts. It's the kind of shadow infrastructure designed not only to survive war, but to win one by staying invisible. One of the most chilling elements of this subterranean empire is the system of 84 secret tunnels burrowed beneath the border with South Korea. Some are large enough to allow tanks and entire battalions to travel underground, undetected, reaching frontline positions in under an hour. Others contain full rail systems, allowing mass transport or sudden evacuation in a moment's notice. The philosophy behind it all? Total survivability. This obsession with secrecy and defense dates back to Kim's grandfather, Kim Il-sung, who famously declared in 1963, "We must become a fortress." And so, North Korea became one, above and below the surface. For foreign intelligence agencies, these tunnels remain one of the most difficult mysteries to crack. Every time a new one is discovered, it's a reminder of how deeply entrenched the regime's paranoia and preparation truly runs. To rule North Korea is not just to command it from above. It's to be buried inside it, armored by miles of earth and secrecy. And while this underground world remains invisible to the public, Kim's surface life tells a very different story, one dripping with decadence. Despite being under some of the world's harshest economic sanctions, Kim lives in quiet extravagance. Not only does he possess fleets of luxury vehicles and armored trains, but his private island retreats, palatial estates, and coastal compounds are outfitted with features that rival royal families. From crystal chandeliers to Persian rugs and Italian marble floors, his residences are showcases of international luxury goods smuggled through complex networks designed to evade detection. These goods, strictly banned by the UN, find their way into the hands of North Korea's elite through black markets and diplomatic loopholes. But perhaps the most surreal piece of this puzzle is something few outside experts even know exists. A unit devoted not to military defense, but to performance, beauty, and loyalty. Known informally by defectors as the Pleasure Squad, this highly secretive group consists of young women handpicked from across the country to serve in ceremonial and entertainment roles. The selection process is shrouded in secrecy, based on criteria that reportedly include physical appearance, family background, and political loyalty. Most are chosen in their teenage years, then trained in traditional dance, etiquette, and performance arts. These women don't live like ordinary citizens. They're housed in protected quarters, dressed in designer clothing, and serve at exclusive events held for North Korea's leadership. In exchange, their families are reportedly given generous privileges, financial support, better housing, and social elevation. But the cost of entry into this elite circle is high. Members are expected to sign binding agreements of silence. Defectors say that betrayal is not just punished, it's erased. The threat doesn't end with the woman herself, it extends to her entire family. Discretion, in this case, is not just encouraged, it's a matter of life and death. For outsiders, the existence of such a unit reveals the extent to which image, loyalty, and control are interwoven in the North Korean power structure. Here, companionship isn't a matter of romance. It's a state-sanctioned privilege, administered with military discipline. In Kim's regime, everything, even intimacy, serves the image. Each appearance, each smile, each gesture is part of a grand, tightly scripted production. Whether on horseback surveying snowy mountains, or visiting a fishery while a luxury yacht waits in the background, Kim's every move is calculated. And every photo broadcast by state media is an act of messaging, power without words, presence without explanation. But here's what's truly staggering. While Kim cruises on a yacht with a cigar in hand or rests in villas stocked with foreign wine and rare delicacies, the average North Korean family struggles to afford a basic meal. Malnutrition, fuel shortages, and collapsing infrastructure plague the population. Sanctions bite deeper every year. The divide between the supreme leader's world and his people's reality is not just wide, it's almost fictional. Yet Kim's lifestyle is not merely indulgent. It's a psychological tool. He doesn't just live this way because he can. He lives this way because it projects invincibility. Because it's a reminder, both to his citizens and to his enemies, that no matter how isolated or sanctioned North Korea becomes, its leader remains untouchable. Even rest is strategy. Kim's movements between residences are unpredictable. His aircraft are mirrored by decoys. His bodyguards are choreographed. His food is reportedly tested for poison. The walls of his homes are thick, the gates are multiple, the paths of escape hidden under false floorboards. Everything is illusion and insurance. And in this surreal theater of wealth and war readiness, Kim doesn't just rule, he disappears behind layers of spectacle. From bulletproof limousines flanked by sprinting agents to yachts floating quietly in defiance of sanctions. From trains that crawl across borders with velvet-lined interiors to underground tunnels engineered for a war that hasn't begun. From palaces rotated like playing cards to body doubles trained to mirror his shadow. Kim Jong-un has built more than a nation. He's built a myth. A myth of absolute power, cloaked in luxury, stitched together by fear, and fortified by paranoia. And the world? It watches. Confused. Intrigued. Appalled. But always watching. Because unlike most world leaders who govern through speeches and policy, Kim rules through disappearance, through mystery, through a carefully curated fantasy of control. He is not just a man. He is an enigma wrapped in silk and steel. So what do we make of this spectacle? What does it say when a leader must spend this much effort hiding, even while displaying such excess? Is it strength? Or the deepest kind of fear? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.